My beloved child, I have been watching closely. You've been walking beside someone whose heart is not fully with you. They smile when you succeed, but behind that smile lies something they don't want you to see. Something cold, something hidden. A shadow and I, Archangel Michael, have been sent to deliver this urgent message to your soul before it's too late. You felt it, haven't you, that subtle discomfort when they speak, that moment. Your spirit goes quiet as they enter the room. That is not confusion, child. That is your intuition whispering to you. That is me placing a divine hand on your shoulder, trying to slow your steps, trying to get your attention. Do not ignore the voice within. It is sacred. It is your compass, and I placed it there. Someone near you is not who they claim to be. Have you ever felt a chill down your spine when someone was near? That is me, Archangel Michael, warning you of a false friend, revealing the signs you must not ignore. These are not words born from fear, my child, but from divine love, because love reveals, and what I'm about to show you will bring clarity where confusion once lived. Your soul is light, and wherever there is light, darkness seeks to blend in and hide. But I'm here to expose falsehood, to strip away the disguise. You will be protected if you choose to listen. They speak kind words, but their energy betrays them. They applaud you in public, but doubt you in private. You are not imagining this. You are not too sensitive. You are spiritually gifted, and now the veil is lifting. Listen closely. Not everyone deserves access to your heart. I have seen the tears you've hidden, the self-doubt they caused. I watched as you silenced your instincts just to keep peace, but today I come not in silence. I come sounding a divine trumpet. This is your moment to awaken and see the truth. I've been trying to show you. This is a message from Archangel Michael. Are you surrounded by true friends or hidden enemies? This warning dives deep into the dangers of deceitful companionships and the divine steps needed to protect your soul. Don't ignore this moment. Remain in the light of truth. They envy your peace, your growth, your light, but they will never say it. Envy never announces itself. It hides behind sarcasm, backhanded compliments, and silence when you succeed. This is not about judging anyone. This is about your spiritual survival. You walk a sacred path, and distractions from the wrong souls can delay your destiny. I don't want you to lose what you've built just because you kept the wrong person too close. I want you to rise, and to rise you must release. There was a time you laughed with them, shared your secrets, your victories, and your pain. You believed the bond was real, but I saw their energy shift when you turned your back, and now I must tell you, their intentions have changed when someone no longer celebrates your growth. They are no longer aligned with your future. Their silence, their absence, their coldness. It is not your fault. It is their truth revealing itself. And now, child, it's time for your soul to reclaim its space. I, too, once trusted a friend who betrayed me, but Archangel Michael's message saved me from more heartbreak. Learn to recognize the quiet signs of a false friend. Protect your energy from their toxic pull. Your clarity begins now. This warning is not to break your heart. It is to protect your miracle. God has aligned powerful blessings for your life, but those blessings flow freely only when the energy around you is pure. Some people carry dust that clouds your vision lately. You felt tired, not just physically, but emotionally. That's not just life, child. That's energy draining from a source you thought was safe today. I cut that cord with love, with light, with divine fire. You will rise above this. And soon you will thank God for this message. Your peace is your power, and someone in your circle is testing it. Their words confuse you, their energy shifts, depending on who's around. One moment, they're warm, the next, they're distant. They gaslight your emotions, twist situations, and make you question yourself. This is not love. This is not friendship. This is spiritual sabotage in disguise, and I will not let you suffer under their manipulation any longer. You deserve safe connections. You deserve truth. They laughed at your dreams behind your back. They whispered your secrets. They rolled their eyes when others praised you. I saw it all. God heard the prayers. You didn't even say this is your answer. You were not created to shrink so others could feel big. You are not meant to doubt yourself just to be accepted. Heaven is on your side, and heaven is calling you out of false friendship into divine protection. Child, I come bearing a sword of light. I sever every soul tie that has been quietly draining you. I expose every hidden agenda and bless your eyes to see clearly. Your season of confusion ends. Now, your journey of power begins here. Listen closely, for I am still speaking to your spirit, and I will not stop until you are fully covered in light. You are not alone in this. I stand near you. My sword is drawn. My wings are over your shoulders. My presence surrounds your home, your space, your spirit. I've tried to speak through your dreams, through silence, through that tightness in your chest when you think of that one person. Yes, that one, the one you keep forgiving, the one you keep making excuses for. But energy doesn't lie. Their spirit has turned. I must warn you before the damage runs deeper. They laughed at your dreams when you weren't around. They shared your secrets in whispers. They rolled their eyes when others praised you. I saw it all, and God heard the prayers you never spoke. This message is your answer. You were not created to shrink so others could feel big. You were never meant to doubt yourself just to be accepted. Heaven is on your side, and heaven is calling you out of false friendship and into divine protection. Child, I come with a sword of light. I sever every soul tie that has been secretly draining you. I expose every hidden agenda, and I bless your eyes to see clearly. Your season of confusion ends. Now your journey of power begins here. So listen closely, child, because I am still speaking to your spirit, and I will not stop until you are fully wrapped in light. You are not alone. I am standing beside you. My sword is drawn. My wings rest over your shoulders. My presence surrounds your home, your heart, your spirit. I've been trying to reach you in dreams, in moments of silence, in that tight feeling in your chest when you think of that one person. Yes, that one, the one you keep forgiving, the one you keep making excuses for, but energy never lies. Their spirit has changed. And I must warn you before the damage runs deeper. I know your heart is pure. You want to believe the best in people. You want to think they didn't mean it. That maybe you misunderstood, but child spiritual danger doesn't always shout it, whispers, and you've heard those whispers in your soul on those quiet nights, when something felt off in those awkward moments, when you felt like you were too much or not enough. That wasn't confusion, that was divine discernment, that was your inner knowing, that was me. Have you ever felt like someone near you drains your joy, even though you couldn't explain it? That is no accident. That is a sign. Archangel Michael is revealing what your heart already knows. Do not scroll past. Do not delay. This is your confirmation. They say it's just a joke, but it never feels like one. They say they love you, but their eyes say something else real. Love does not hide, real friendship does not manipulate. Your soul has been aching to break free from this invisible weight. And now, with divine permission, you are being released. No more walking on eggshells, no more giving everything while receiving silence. You are not here to be tolerated. You are here to be treasured, and that shift starts now. They were sent as a test, but not every test is meant to last forever. Some tests simply show you how far you've come and what you no longer need. You have outgrown their shadow. You have outgrown their envy now, as heaven opens its gates above you. It's time to walk into freedom. This is not punishment. This is your upgrade. Don't miss it, child. I was assigned to protect you. That is my vow. That is my divine task. But I can only protect what you allow me to. So give me your fear, give me your confusion. I will return it with clarity that no one can take from you in this season. God is aligning blessings at great speed. Miracles are racing toward you. Breakthroughs are forming in the unseen, but delays happen when you are surrounded by people who secretly pray against the very things you're asking heaven for. Hear this again. Not everyone who smiles at you is for you. But I am heaven is, and we are removing every obstacle disguised as a friend. There is a divine reason some people stop calling. There is a holy reason some distance themselves. When you start to grow, your elevation exposes their limitation. They no longer cheer because deep down they never believed you could rise, but you did. And now their silence speaks louder than words. Do not chase those who walk away. When your light gets brighter, instead, run toward your purpose. I was about to let someone back into my life, someone who had hurt me before, but something in me hesitated. Then I heard this message, and I knew it was from God. I finally understood I wasn't wrong to protect my peace. Thank you, Archangel Michael. Testimonial from a viewer like you. Subscribe now to stay connected to divine truth. You are not losing a friend. You are regaining yourself. You are not stepping into loneliness. You are stepping into alignment. What God is about to bring into your life requires a clear table, no hidden motives, no silent jealousy, no fake supporters watching from the corner of your life. The friendships that are coming will feel like rest, like light, like truth, like freedom. This is your upgrade in disguise. Some people are not evil. They're simply wounded, but their wounds have made them dangerous. Their insecurities bleed into your confidence. Their pain turns into shade, and it is not your job to carry their darkness, just to make them comfortable. You were not sent to heal emotional vampires. You were sent to rise, and now with heaven as your witness, I am clearing your path. If this message feels personal, it's because it is. God planned this exact moment for you. Let this be your sign. Stay still, breathe, receive, subscribe now, because what comes next will restore everything they tried to destroy. I have watched you doubt yourself for too long, wondering why you feel anxious after seeing them, questioning why your joy vanishes after speaking to them. That is not just life. That is a spiritual disturbance. That is a divine warning. And today, I wrap my light around you and shield you from harm. No weapon formed against you will prosper, not even the ones disguised as smiles. You don't need closure from them. You need clarity from heaven, and this is it. Sometimes God ends relationships silently, without explanations. without final conversations, because even the words would hurt more than the silence. So if someone fades, let them. If someone shifts, observe it. If someone stops clapping, believe it. Heaven speaks in whispers, not in chaos. This is not an ending. It is protection in motion. The blessing ahead of you is too sacred to be touched by unclean hands. You are entering a new level, and not everyone will understand it. That's okay. You don't need them to. You only need to follow the peace. If this message feels personal, it's because it is. God planned this moment specifically for you. Let it be your sign. Stay, breathe, receive, subscribe, because what's coming will restore everything they tried to damage. I've watched you doubt yourself for too long, questioning why anxiety follows, after you see them wondering why your joy disappears after a simple conversation that is not just life, that is spiritual disturbance, that is divine warning, and today I wrap my light around you and shield you from harm. No weapon formed against you will prosper. Not even the ones that smile. You don't need closure from them. You need clarity from heaven. And this is it. Sometimes God ends relationships silently, without explanations, without goodbye conversations, because even the words would hurt more than the silence. So if someone fades, let them. If someone shifts, observe. If someone suddenly stops clapping for you, believe it. Heaven whispers before it roars, and this is your whisper. This is not the end. This is your divine redirection. The blessing ahead is too holy for hands that come with jealousy or half-hearted love. Your ascending child. And this next level doesn't require universal approval, just obedience, just peace. Now let me show you what you've sensed, but couldn't explain. One of the greatest dangers is not an open enemy. It's the friend who claps with hollow hands. That's what I've seen around you, someone close, someone familiar, but someone whose heart has grown cold when the door closes. Their words may sound supportive, but their spirit has disconnected. Their eyes shift when you speak. Your dreams aloud. Their smile thins when you celebrate your wins. They compare, they compete, they resent, and you're not wrong for noticing your awakening. Have you ever shared good news and watched their face fall before their words rose? That flicker matters. The soul speaks louder than lips. That hesitation is the first whisper of a false connection. Real friends rejoice when you rise. False ones fall silent when you shine. That is not small child, that is spiritual evidence. It means your light has outgrown their comfort zone, and now instead of cheering, they compete in silence. You may have noticed they're present when you're low, but absent when you're glowing. They seem closer when you're broken, but distance themselves when you begin to heal. That isn't love. It's possession. A true friend wants you to fly, a false one fears your wings. They call it just being honest, but their honesty always wounds more than it heals. They laugh when others mock you. They say nothing when you need someone to speak up. They call it tough love, but it feels like cold distance. You feel it, I see it, and I'm confirming it. I remember one child who trusted someone who always made jokes about her dreams. You're too sensitive, they'd say. I'm just kidding. But I whispered to her, heart, love does not mock, love encourages. And the day she finally walked away, peace returned to her soul like a flood of light. This is your moment too, another sign. Their presence leaves you drained. You feel emotionally exhausted after every interaction. Not because you gave too much, but because they took from you energetically. That is spiritual theft. And sadly, most false friends don't even realize the damage they cause. They think gossip is harmless. They believe silence is normal, but I tell you, energy never lies if someone constantly makes you question your worth, your path, your truth. They are not your soul tribe. They are your test, and it is time to pass it. They change depending on who's in the room with you. They're supportive with others. They twist the story. They water down your brilliance in rooms you're not in. They reveal your secrets through jokes, disguising betrayal as humor, but child. I reveal this now so you never again sit at tables where your name is sliced open like fruit. You are not meant to be discussed. You are meant to be defended. And soon I will send new people, people who honor you the way you've always longed to be honored. Do not miss this moment if your spirit is trembling as you read these words. It's because the truth is resonating deep inside you. Subscribe now, because I am not done exposing what's been hiding in the shadows around you. They make you feel small in subtle ways. They remind you of your past. When you're finally healing, they speak louder when you're learning to use your voice. They joke about your insecurities in public, then say, "Relax, you're overthinking." No, child, you are not. You are spiritually aware. That's a gift. But they want to dim what they don't understand. Let them go. I once saw a young man who trusted his closest friend with every plan, every secret, every dream, but that friend was quietly copying, competing, and comparing. When the blessings arrived, the friend grew bitter, and the young man was devastated. But I whispered to him, "This pain is your protection. You were never meant to build your future with someone who hoped you'd fall." Sometimes, betrayal is God's way of removing what delays look like. Let it hurt, then let it heal, because better is coming. Another soul I watched would always feel guilty for setting boundaries. Her friend would call her selfish whenever she said no. But I reminded her, a relationship that demands your silence isn't a relationship, it's a prison. And I freed her. That same freedom is here for you. Now you do not owe explanations to those who violate your spirit. You only owe loyalty to your peace. False friends often appear during your hardest days, not to lift you, but to remain close enough to say they were there. But when the light comes, they vanish. Love stays through every season. Falsehood only survives in shadows. You may have already tried to distance yourself, but they pull you back in with guilt, with shared memories, with manipulation. They say things like, "You've changed," and they're right. You are growing, shedding illusions, and finally seeing clearly. They can no longer benefit from your blindness. That scares them, but it should free you. This isn't about hate, it's about healing. You can bless them and still block their access. You can forgive them and still protect your soul. You are not bitter, you are becoming wise. And I, Archangel Michael, walk beside you every step of the way. You are not the same person who first let them into your life. Your light has grown brighter. Your vision is clearer. The masks are falling. Don't be afraid to walk away from what once felt familiar. Familiarity does not mean destiny. I will never lead you away from love, but I will always lead you away from pain. That was only pretending to be love. So listen closely now, because what I'm about to tell you is urgent. This is not a minor issue. This is a spiritual crossroads. There is someone near you who is not who they appear to be. And you have been second-guessing your soul's voice, because of their carefully timed kindness, their charming words, their convincing smiles. But today I tear the veil not to frighten you, but because I love you, because you are being prepared for something greater, and this false connection cannot follow you into the miracle that's coming. You've sensed it in waves, an inner discomfort that rises and fades. One day they feel close, the next distant one. Conversation feels warm, the next cold and sharp. This is not emotional confusion. It is a spiritual warning. Your body, your energy, your dreams have all been trying to speak, but you keep silencing them. You keep telling yourself, it's not that serious. Maybe I'm overreacting. You're not. You are spiritually gifted. And right now, your gifts are picking up on something your heart doesn't want to admit. This is not fear, it's revelation. I am not here to scare you. I am here to shield you, but I can only shield what you acknowledge. You are being called to awaken, not just your compassion, but your discernment. A false friend can do more than ruin your mood. They can erode your emotional foundation. They plant doubt and call it feedback. They insert fear into your dreams and call it realism. They project their limitations and disguise it as concern, and little by little, they dim your fire until you no longer recognize the sound of your own inner voice. You shrink without realizing it. You speak less, dream smaller, question more. And that, child, is spiritual erosion. I won't let it continue. This person turns your victories into competition, your sadness into gossip, your secrets into leverage. They offer help with strings attached. They offer prayers, but speak curses behind closed doors. This is serious. Your destiny is too precious to share with those who drain your life force. You need people who pray with you, not prey on you, souls who build you, not belittle you. You were never meant to beg for loyalty. You were not created to tolerate confusion disguised as love. Peace is your confirmation, and this connection has been disturbing your peace for too long. Listen to your body, the headaches, the restlessness, the heaviness after spending time with them. Those are not coincidences. Listen to your soul. It's been whispering in the quiet. Something isn't right. Archangel Michael, am not just warning you to walk away. I am commanding you to rise. Stop silencing the divine voice inside of you. You know what you saw. You know what you felt. You just didn't want it to be true, but truth is not your enemy. Truth is your liberation. I remember another one of God's children. He kept a friend close, one who always made subtle jokes about his dreams. Just kidding, the friend would say. But those words lingered. They stung, they echoed. And when this child finally started to believe in himself, that friend disappeared. Why? Because that friend was only comfortable with his weakness, not his strength. I stood with that child. I protected his heart. I reminded him anyone threatened by your strength was never aligned with your purpose. That's what's happening in your life now. Exposure, the revealing of masked energy, hidden envy, dressed as harmless conversation. This is not pettiness. This is spiritual warfare in disguise, and you, child, are far too chosen to allow quiet sabotage to live near your purpose. You've come too far. You've cried too long. You've overcome too much. Let me carry this burden now. You are not wrong to walk away without explanation. You are not wrong to go silent when someone's energy feels off. You are not wrong to protect your peace at all costs. The world may call it dramatic, but heaven calls it discernment, and discernment is your divine weapon in this season. Use it your discernment when your gut tenses, when your thoughts spiral after seeing someone, when your joy fades just by being near them. These are not coincidences. These are divine alarms. Stop muting them. Trust what your spirit already knows. A mighty blessing is approaching, a sacred shift in your environment, a divine elevation that some people will not be able to handle if they're still close when it arrives. Their energy will clash with your destiny. That's why I bring this urgent warning. If you do not act, their presence may sabotage everything you've been manifesting. You cannot carry sabotage into sacred spaces. You are not wrong to walk away without offering a grand explanation. You are not wrong to fall silent when someone's energy feels off. You are not wrong to protect your peace at any cost. The world may call it dramatic, but heaven calls it discernment. And discernment is your divine weapon. In this season, use it. There is a blessing ahead of you that will change your life, and you already feel it. But to receive it fully, you must choose divine clarity over familiar pain. This is your moment of decision. I'm not asking you to fight. I'm asking you to surrender the illusion. You already know the truth. I'm just here to confirm it with the full weight of heaven behind every word. What you're about to receive, peace, clarity, alignment, support, will make you wonder why you held on so tightly to those who were never aligned with your soul. Don't be afraid. The better you've been praying for is real and it's waiting. This is no longer about them. This is about you, your calling, your healing, your protection. And as your guardian angel, I speak this over you. Now no false friend, no hidden plan, no secret whisper formed against you shall prosper. Their mask has fallen. The next time you look into their eyes, you will see the truth. Trust it. You are not crazy. You are covered. Subscribe to the voice of truth. Stay connected, because what comes next will elevate you beyond the reach of every manipulative energy that once surrounded you. You are a child of God. You are sacred. You are not a project for others to fix or a tool for others to use. The first step to protecting your spirit is believing that it is worth protecting. Once you do, you'll begin to see clearly who truly honors your soul and who only stays to feed their own needs. Don't wait for betrayal to give you permission to move. Heaven has already given you that permission. You don't have to make a scene. You don't have to confront, expose, or explain. Just start pulling your energy back. Reduce access, limit what you share when your soul feels uneasy. Don't force closeness. Honor that feeling. Begin here. Stop oversharing with those who undercare. Stop explaining yourself to people who purposely misunderstand you. Stop inviting them into sacred parts of your heart when they've already shown they don't know how to hold it. Your peace is too expensive to trade for guilt. Boundaries are not rejection. They are divine instruction. They teach others how to treat the temple God built in you. You can love someone and still say no more. You can forgive and still disconnect. One of your strongest spiritual weapons is detachment. Detachment from the need to be liked, from the belief that everyone close to you is meant to stay, from the version of them you once loved. People grow, and sometimes they grow apart. Don't hold on to a connection that spiritually expired years ago. A practical step: observe. Don't absorb. Watch how they act. When you're quiet, listen to what they say. When they think you're not listening, notice who they become when you're in pain or when you're finally winning. If their energy shifts only when they need something, believe that if their love disappears when you shine, believe that protect your energy like you protect your breath, because both are sacred. I once shielded a soul who always replied to every text, answered every call, gave every piece of herself to someone who drained her. If I stop being there, she said, they'll think I don't care. But I whispered to her spirit, if they only see your worth when you're bleeding for them, they never saw your worth at all. And so she stopped, and peace returned like a sunrise. Another strategy: go quiet, not as punishment, but as protection. When you stop explaining yourself, the real ones will move closer with grace. The false ones will grow louder with accusation. Let them, your silence will say what words never could. You don't need to expose them, their fruits already have. You only need to walk in your worth. Be slow to speak about your next move. The wrong ears turn dreams into gossip. Keep your plans between you and God. Speak only when led. Reveal only what strengthens trust. Guard your peace like the treasure it is, because it is also. Be mindful of subtle manipulation. False friends don't always scream abuse. Sometimes they praise you publicly while poisoning you in private. Sometimes they support you outwardly, but secretly compete behind your back. Manipulation hides in the tone, the timing, the emotional tug-of-war. If you felt the confusion, the pull, the tension, if you've been walking on spiritual eggshells, it's time to armor up. You are allowed to say, this doesn't feel safe anymore. You are allowed to say, I love you, but I can't keep doing this. You are allowed to walk away even if they call you ungrateful. Your soul's safety matters more than their comfort. Now I call heaven's protection over your relationships. I surround your name with divine fire. I place angelic warriors around your peace. No harm will reach you if you remain obedient to your intuition. Let them think you've changed, because you have. You're wiser now. You no longer beg for understanding. You don't chase closure. You trust God to close the doors no longer meant for you. Surround yourself with people who don't just clap when you win, but lift you when you fall. Souls who don't fear your power but honor it. You will find them. I will bring them. But first you must clean the room as you walk away from manipulation, betrayal, and false connection. You are not losing. You are making space for divine alignment, for friendships that feel like home, for conversations that breathe life into you, for energy that makes you feel alive again. These relationships exist, and they are already orbiting closer. All they need is space to land.